All right. Ryan Garcia's B sample test has commenced, and that has been confirmed. And Devin Haney busted in a whopper of a lie related to Regis Prograis. Let's talk about that in this video. All right, we got a lot of drama in the boxing world while we wait for our next big fight, which will be Gervonta Tank Davis versus Frank Martin, June 15th in Las Vegas. But yesterday we got updates on Ryan Garcia, and also I was sent by a comment by a subscriber. I don't know what you call it on Instagram. Shout out to my guy on Instagram. I think it's Semi's World. Shout out to Semi's World. Sent me a clip of Devin Haney telling the biggest whopper that I have heard in a while. And that's saying a lot coming out of that camp. But before I get into the details, let me welcome you back to the channel. If you're new to the channel, please accept my invitation to hit the subscribe button, hit the bell icon so you can be notified of when we release more videos. And if you're a longtime subscriber and supporter of the channel, thank you so much for your continued support. It really makes a big difference to the channel. And thank you to everybody that follows me over there on Instagram, that sends information that you want me to talk about to the Instagram. DM me on Instagram. I read all my DMs on Instagram. It's a really good way. If you want to, have an exchange with me, we can do it there, along with the comment section and the videos like this. And thank you to everybody that supports in the super thank. You guys know who you all are. I'm going to say it again in the next video, but thank you guys. It's definitely goes a long way to keeping the channel, going, because the lights cost money. So thank you for supporting content creators. What we don't want to support, though, are cheaters in the sport of boxing, especially as when it relates to things like performance enhancements. And that is what Ryan Garcia is suspected of doing after his fight with Devin Haney. Back on, it's so long ago, April 20th. It's a month and 3 days ago, on April 20th, when Ryan Garcia beat Devin Haney up. Not just beat him in the fight, but beat him up. Really, very, very one-sided fight. At least with the man. Yeah, it was a one-sided fight. He got thumped up. But after that, he pops for Ostarine. And so the question is he going to be suspended or not? What's going to happen? Well, it is confirmed now, and it's confirmed by Dan Rayfield, that his B sample, 2 B samples, have now been opened and are now in the process of being tested to confirm in an attempt to confirm or validate the results of the first B sample of the A samples. And it's not one sample, it's 2 samples, because you have a test that was positive for it that took place on the 19th. So that's got to have an A sample and a B sample, and test that took place after the fight that's going to have that had an A sample. So that's going to be a B sample to that as well. So there's going to be two samples getting tested. Now confirmed that's going to take place. Could take a couple weeks in order to get that done. And then if it winds up that those are positive, which in most instances that is the case, they will move on to the next stage, which is that Ryan Garcia is going to have a hearing in front of the New York State Athletic Commission. I suppose that the WBC is also going to have their process, but right now the Nevada State Athletic Commission really is the one that most people are talking about. And there's some issues related to that as far as, people's reading of their rules and, whether or not the New York State Athletic Commission was supposed to actually collect the samples and supervise the collection of the samples or not. So, and then of course, there's going to be conversation about contamination of his urine samples by through a supplement or maybe like some break in the chain of custody. So you're going to go through all of that, and the decision's going to be a ways off. If they actually try to suspend him, he's going to appeal, and they're going to go through all of that stuff. So that's where we are with that. And again, I didn't want to rush to judgment on Ryan Garcia because of what happened with Alyssa Bumgardner. I didn't rest to judgment with Alyssa Bumgardner. Alyssa Bumgardner got cleared. So, hey, man, if Alyssa Bumgardner can get cleared, it looks like almost the exact same circumstance as Ryan Garcia. I wouldn't be surprised if Ryan Garcia didn't do the same thing and did like a hair sample and got his hair sample tested, right? Who knows what's going to happen with that? But we'll find out soon. Now, on a very related note, though, the other opponent that was in the ring with him, who had been accused by Ryan Garcia of doing some very dramatic, wasn't accused of by Ryan Garcia. It was the California State Athletic Commission, and the scale they used accused Devin Haney of definitely weight bullying Regis Prograis. And Regis Prograis said, hey, man, he wants his belt back because of what's going on with the ridiculous amount of weight that Devin Haney gained after their fight, right? And basically what it was is they weighed in and they fought at 140 pounds, but Devin Haney came in at 165 pounds the next morning. So Regis Prograis saying, look, if you're pushing to get Ryan Garcia suspended and get that win taken away because he didn't have a same day weigh-in or he weighed too much going into the fight, same thing happened to you. Well, same thing happened to me when I fought you, right? Speaking as of for Regis Prograis. And what does Devin Haney say on DAZN? Man, if you don't stop Devin said that he really didn't weigh 165. He had his headphones on. He had his hoodie on. He had tennis shoes on. He had all this. Basically, I said he had 5 pounds of clothing on when he got on the scale. So he didn't really weigh 160. He made 165. He weighed closer to 160. Do you do that every time, Devin? Because Mauricio Suleiman, at least a year before that, said that you gained between 20 and 24 pounds when you were at 135. 24 pounds over 135 is 159, isn't it? Right? That you were weighing in when you were at 135, then you move up to 140. You're rehydrating back to the same weight. If it was just one time that he was accused of doing it, okay, but he was accused of it multiple times. And on top of that, the reason why Ryan Garcia didn't have a same day weigh-in, the morning weigh-in, the second weigh-in, according to Eddie Hearn, is because Devin didn't want people to know how big he got. So we're supposed to just now believe and take Devin at his word that the reason he was at 165 is because he had a couple bricks. He had a couple bricks in his pocket and combat boots and a bicycle helmet and his phone and his keys and his lunch box for school. No. I'm not buying that, man. Why in the world would you get in the scale fully dressed with combat boots on, man? Stop it. Anyway, good try, though. Anyway, that's my take on the matter. Please let me know what you think in the comment section. And with that, I'm out. Deuces.